Hello, and thank you for tuning in. My name is Misty Kolchakian, and I'm the current Honors Faculty Coordinator. I work with honors students on getting their research ready to present at research conferences. So I'm glad you're here, and I can't wait to tell you about all the great opportunities we have for you. So the first thing you might be wondering is, who, me? And the answer is yes, you. Every single student is capable of presenting successfully at a research conference. And if the idea of doing this seems a little daunting or scary, you're not alone. But it's not as scary as you might think. In fact, students report that it's fun and that they felt accomplished. Our students have consistently stated that they would strongly recommend it to other students. So you work with a mentor, who is usually one of your professors, who supports you throughout the whole process. And I'm also a resource for you, and I can help you with all aspects of your project. So you're definitely not in this alone. But wait, you may be wondering, why should I do this? Before I tell you how to go about it, I want to share some of the reasons why you should strongly consider this opportunity. First, it provides in-depth experience with conducting academic research. This will help you in your academic development, both at Mount SAC and after you transfer. And it looks great on your academic resume. It helps set you apart from the other students who might be competing for transfer or scholarship opportunities. And speaking of scholarship or money, some conferences, such as UC Irvine's Honors Research Symposium, have monetary awards you can apply for. Now, who doesn't want a little extra money? And it's a wonderful opportunity to work more closely with the professor, which can be helpful when it's time to ask for letters of recommendation. And as mentioned before, it's a fun bonding experience with other honors students. And it's no expense to you. The honors program will pay your expenses. And you get to travel to cool places, places like Stanford or UC Berkeley, places you might already be considering transferring to. So now let's talk about how to go about presenting research. The first thing you do is prepare a research paper for one of your classes. It doesn't have to be an honors class, although it could be. And I want to define research for you. This can be secondary research, such as reviewing scholarly articles written by others that have been published already, or it can be primary research, such as you conducting a survey or an experiment yourself. You would work closely with a faculty mentor in doing so. Typically, this is the teacher of the class in which you wrote your research paper. Then you would write an abstract, or sometimes two, depending on the conference. An abstract is a short, usually about 250-word summary of your research methodology and findings. This abstract is the only thing the conference committee will use to determine whether they accept you. So you have to make sure that 250-word abstract is the best version it can be. You submit that abstract and any other required information by the conference deadline, and then you just wait to hear back from the conference organizers to find out if you were accepted. And if you're accepted, you prepare your poster or oral presentation. That's right, you have an option of poster or oral presentation. I'll talk more about those options in just a minute. And then you just practice, practice, practice. The honors program staff are here to help you. And finally, and probably obviously, then you attend the conference and you present and you have fun while doing it. So when you apply to present at a conference, you get to choose between doing a poster presentation or an oral presentation. Now for the poster presentation, picture a big auditorium with everyone's posters displayed around the room, almost like a science fair. Attendees walk around and they look at the posters and they ask questions. You would stand next to your poster and answer questions about your project. And don't worry, these questions aren't designed to trip you up or to confuse you. These are just questions showing their interest in your project, wanting to know more about your research. For the oral presentation, picture a classroom environment. Approximately 10 to 25 people would be in the room. So this is not a huge auditorium lecture style. This is a smaller classroom. For this presentation, you would create a PowerPoint style presentation, and your presentation would last about 10 to 12 minutes with time for questions. So what are some of the research conference opportunities? One that I'll mention is called SCUR. This is the Southern California Conference of Undergraduate Research. This is for community college and four-year university students. For this one, you would submit your abstract usually by early October, and the conference is usually around the third Saturday of November. The dates will vary depending on the year and the circumstances. The UCI Community College Honors Research Conference is another popular one that we attend. This is for community college honors students only. So whereas SCUR was also for four-year university students, the UCI Community College Honors Research Conference is just for community college honors students only. For this one, you would submit your abstract typically early to mid-November to the honors program, and the conference is typically the first Saturday in April. So start thinking now of research that you might want to submit for these conferences. If this will be your first semester in college, have no fear. Just start thinking about what classes you're taking that might be assigning a research paper. And once you find out and you get your syllabus and you find out what kind of research assignments you have, you could start thinking about how this might fit in presenting at one of these conferences. But there are more conferences. These are the ones that usually have deadlines in the spring. So Western Regional Honors Council Conference, this is for community college and four-year university students. The abstract for this one is usually due in late January, and the conference is at the end of March, and the location will vary. The Mount SAC Research Showcase is held every year right on Mount SAC's campus. This usually has a deadline of April, and the conference is usually in early May. This conference is hosted by our own sociology department at Mount SAC. And then we have the Bay Area Honors Consortium Research Symposium. This is for community college honors students only. You submit your abstract typically by mid-February. The conference is usually in early May. It's usually either at UC Berkeley or Stanford. It usually alternates. So it's often fun for students to go to that one. And we would fly you up and back in the same day, and you would get a chance to see those campuses. Now, there are some publishing opportunities as well that I wanted you to know about. You remember me mentioning the UCI Community College Honors Research Conference? Well, they have a publication that is called Building Bridges. And this makes presenting at this conference makes you eligible not only for monetary awards, but also to submit your work for publication in Building Bridges. So you would publish your abstract in there, and it's pretty neat to get an actual publication and to see your work in writing. Another opportunity for more creative works is called Scribendi. Scribendi Literary Journal of the Western Regional Honors Council Conference. So for this, you could submit your creative work, essays, creative nonfiction, poetry, short fiction, visual art, photography, and digital art. The submission deadline for this is usually the beginning of October. So this could be you, standing next to your fancy poster. You can do it, and we are here to help you do it. So please don't hesitate to reach out to us. If you have any questions, or if you're interested and just want to talk more about it, or if you have several different ideas for research, whatever it is, email us with any questions at honors@mountsac.edu. And for fall 2020 and spring 2021, you can also email me directly. Again, my name is Misty Kolchakian, and I am the Honors Faculty Coordinator. And we can set up an appointment to discuss more about these great opportunities. I can't wait to hear from you.